Howdy, this is Tom the Disabled Prepper. Welcome back. I'd like to ask my viewers, my subscribers, and those who view my videos, I'd like to ask you a small favor. Well, actually, it's kind of a big favor, and it can be a very difficult favor for certain people, and I'll tell you why. First of all, the favor I'd like to ask of you is to listen to a podcast by a gentleman named Robert Evans. He has a podcast entitled It Could Happen Here, which is basically a series of 9 podcasts varying in length from around 30 minutes to about an hour, where he is conveying hypothetical scenarios and real-life information he has apparently gleaned from actually observing civil wars in other countries. Now, additionally, what makes the favor, if you do it for me, even more difficult is that Mr. Evans is left of center. Now, I don't know if he's a leftist. I've read some things that he's actually a pro-Second Amendment libertarian, as opposed to, let's say, a farther right Republican. I myself consider myself a libertarian, but I'm not here to discuss politics per se. So, I will have a link in the description below to, it'll take you to iHeartRadio, directly to this podcast series entitled It Could Happen Here. Now, why would I ask you to do this? Well, because, especially in light of what is currently going on in Minneapolis and the ruckus, for lack of a better term, off the top of my head right now, of all the crap that's been going on politically ever since Donald Trump was elected president, it's very easy for many of us to imagine that the United States could in fact devolve into civil war. I myself, well, to be completely honest, I believe under current conditions, it could potentially be inevitable. The left is getting lefter, and the right is trying its best to not move left. All of the Democratic presidential candidates, they all want extensive gun control. They want socialist. They're almost all socialists or communists. Sorry. I'm trying not to discuss politics. I'm trying to discuss the security and safety and continuance of our Constitution in this great country. So, I've already listened to Mr. Evans' podcasts. Some of them were extremely difficult to listen to. I had to pause the podcast and walk away 15 minutes, an hour, sometimes for a couple of days on some of them, because they upset me so dramatically. The way Mr. Evans presents the information, it seems almost as if he is blaming conservatives for the troubles, the current social and political troubles our country's currently in, especially in light of, like I say, Minneapolis. So why would I listen to someone from the left accuse me of causing the destruction of my country? Well, after listening to the podcasts and after considering them and thinking about them, the information he presents is very valuable. Because, why would I say that? Well, because one of the current, our former president, Barack Obama, promised that he wanted to fundamentally change the United States of America. Now, the current apparent frontrunner, Joe Biden, wants the same thing. They want to fundamentally change the United States. That doesn't mean they want to make it Disneyland and everybody's happy. They fully intend to take despotic control. They fully intend to destroy our Constitution, rip our rights out from underneath us, and fundamentally change the country into a socialist nation, or in Bernie's case, a communist nation. So anyway, I'm trying to set the stage for emotionally and mentally, it was difficult to listen to these podcasts. But what I've gleaned, the information I did finally, after considering it and thinking about it, the information is invaluable because I can see the things going on in our country with a completely different point of view. And it makes me even more afraid, for lack of a better term at this moment, even more afraid of the future of our country. So I'm asking you as a citizen and a patriot, still your nerves, listen to the 9 podcasts, think about them, and realize what the gentleman is saying. He is presenting information that in a way could very much be the battle plan for the left's attempt to destroy our country, even destroy it completely at this time. And with the 2020 election not very many months away now, we can kind of extrapolate that things are going to get even more tense and intense. And the attacks against our rights given to us by God and guaranteed by our Constitution are going to be under even greater attack. This is going to be a difficult favor. It's hard to listen to. Some people won't have any trouble listening to it at all. Other people, if like I did, like I'm just telling you that I did, I had a lot of trouble listening to it. But I did get through all of it. It's almost like sitting in with a teacher you hate. You just don't even want to be there. But in order to graduate, you need to be. So steel your nerves and think of it as a lesson in history. Things we're going to learn about the left and how we can better protect our rights in our country. Okay, so look for the link below. Anyway, remember to always keep your nose in the wind and your eyes along the skyline. Until we meet again.